It is February Love Month, the time of the year where the focus is spreading love. The focus is showing the people that you care about how much you love them, right? But I'm all about that self love. And not saying that you should not share love and express love to others. But as you may know already, you cannot love on other people, and people cannot know how to love on you if you are not loving on yourself first, right? And so this video is all about that self love healing. I'm going to be giving you 14 ways to practice self love healing so that you can be at a very healed place where you are loving yourself unconditionally. And therefore, people can easily learn how to love on you and you can easily be able to love on others. Let's go. So this is going to be broken down into three different videos. So listen, I don't want to hit you with all 14 at one time. That's a lot. So we're going to do 5 at a time. And we're going to start with the first 5 out of 14. The first one is worthy. If you didn't know, you are worthy. And you do not have to receive validation from anybody else to confirm that you are worthy. And this practice right here is going to help you learn how to define your worthiness all on your own without needing someone else to confirm it for you. So here are 3 different strategies on how to do that. First strategy is stop measuring your worth by external validation. I've mentioned this many times in previous videos. How stressful it is trying to convince and prove and show others that you are worthy so that they can then say out loud that you're worthy, or so they can treat you in a way that confirms to you that you're worthy, so then you can feel worthy. Can we get rid of the middleman and start practicing validating your worthiness just by you and you only, not needing someone else to say it, but you saying it, you practice saying it is enough. Strategy number 2, that's dangerous for how people will treat you. Remember earlier in the video, I was talking about when you start practicing that self love healing, then you begin to help others know how to treat you, how to love you, right? And part of that is first you thinking about, how do you want people to treat you? What does that even look like? Figure that out, right? And then start holding people accountable in doing so. Strategy number 3, take a moment to write down 5 things that make you feel valued. What are things about yourself that make you feel valued? What are things in your environment, right, that make you feel valued? It could be someone actually listening to me. It could be when I am making an impact. What does that look like for you? What are 5 things that make you feel valued, make you feel seen, make you feel heard? Let's go on to the next one. Release. Let it go. You cannot heal if you're holding on to toxic relationships, limiting beliefs, and things that are just holding you back, like old wounds. And so releasing helps you to let go of those things that are causing you to avoid, causing you to hesitate, causing you to procrastinate, causing you to give all these reasons why you cannot do the things that you truly want to do. It's time to release those things. And I want to give you one strategy that I often give my clients in therapy that help them practice releasing themselves from those old wounds, those limiting beliefs, and those toxic people in their lives. And it is a releasing exercise. So this is what you got to do. I want you to get out a piece of paper. And what I want you to do is I want you to write down sayings, words, statements that people have said to you that caused you to feel or believe about yourself as being less than? What are the statements people have said about you, to you? And now you find yourself saying these things. You're being really critical and hard on yourself in this way because you've often heard it from other people. And or maybe not statements, but situations. What are past hurts, those old wounds that you are still holding on to that you have not allowed yourself to let go of? You're either replaying a past mistake that you keep holding yourself accountable for. You're either holding on to past hurts that are causing you to stay angry towards somebody, resentful towards somebody. What are those things? Write them down on a piece of paper, but write them down with enough space where you can rip them into strips. So each statement, like word or statement, is a strip, or a situation is a strip. And then I want you to then choose a way of how you plan on releasing yourself from these things. So you can release it by shredding them in a shredder. You can release it by safely burning them. You can release them by, ripping them up and throwing them in the trash. Thinking about how do you want to release yourself from these things. Now, when you do this practice, after you write them down, write them in strips, and then, release them how you want to release them, you have to make sure you are following through with the commitment that as a result of you doing this practice, this is a symbolization for you saying that I am no longer allowing this to hold me. I'm no longer allowing myself to hold on to these things. I am freeing myself from these things. And so when you're releasing, you have to fully release. Now you can say statements like, this no longer has power over me. I am free. But where you are actually practicing releasing. Third way to practice self-love healing is confidence. Walk like you own it. Being confident is not about perfection. It's all about being your unapologetic self. So here are 3 ways to be able to build that confidence. Make sure you take up space in anywhere you are. When you're walking into a space, make sure your shoulders are back, your head is held up high, and you're walking with a level of confidence that people, when they see you, they're like, oh, she owns this. And even if in your mind, you're like, I own this. I got this, right? Where you have a hype man, you are your own hype man or hype woman, right? When you're walking in the space, you're like, I got this. I'm fly. I look good. I know what I'm talking about. People are going to want to get to know me, right? Saying these things is what helps you boost your own confidence. You need to become your own cheerleader, your biggest cheerleader, in fact. Number 2, celebrate your wins, big or small. All size wins matter. Acknowledge your wins. It doesn't matter the size. Doesn't matter if nobody else knows about them. A win is a win. Acknowledge them and celebrate yourself. The third one, identify one fear you have and do something bold. If there was a text message that you've been hesitant to send because you're nervous about how the person's going to respond, send the text. If there is an email, an opportunity that someone reached out and you've been hesitant to say yes because say yes. What is the thing that you've been fearing most? And be bold about it and take action. Fourth way of self-love healing, joy. Find your joy and protect it like gold. Listen, do not ever give someone the power to steal your joy. And joy is internal, right? And so the only way someone can really steal your joy is if you are giving them the key to your joy box and allowing them to be able to do whatever they want with it. Take the key back, take your power back. And here are 3 ways on how to do that. Say no to anything that drains you. Do not allow yourself to engage in things you really don't want to do. Don't allow yourself to engage in things that drain you. That's how you're going to suck your joy out. Say no to those things. Number 2, dance, sing, laugh, move your body. When's the last time you had a good belly laugh? When's the last time you just let loose and just was dancing, letting your body flow? When's the last time you sung your favorite song out loud, not even caring how you sound, right? Those are things that just bring joy. movement in your body. Your body needs that movement. Stiffness when we're anxious causes us to tighten up and our muscles tighten and we're tense. And it's just all this like tension, like we're in a box being stuck into this box. But when you allow yourself to move and just flow, that's joy. Number 3, find a joy activator, something you can turn to at any time to boost your energy, to bring that joy, to spark your joy. What is that for you? Identify that thing. What is the one thing that really just will activate that joy? And make sure you keep note of that so you can tap into that when you need that boost. And the 5th and final self-love healing word tip strategy that we're going to focus on in this video is boundaries. You know I had to put that in there. No is a full sentence. I'm sure you've heard that before when you talk about boundaries. No being a full sentence. So let's talk about how to say no and make it just that no as a sentence and setting those healthy boundaries that stick. Strategy number 1, say no without explaining yourself. You do not need to explain why you do not want to do something. The fact that you don't want to do it is enough. That's enough. That's enough of an explanation. I just don't want to. You don't need to explain why in order to validate your reasoning. You don't need to explain why in order to help other people feel better about why you don't want to do something. If you are comfortable, if you're confident, and you are certain about your no, that's enough. So just say no. Don't go out of your way to explain. Number 2, create a self-love boundary. Think about a boundary that you need to set that's going to help you really care for yourself. So, for example, turning off your work notifications on your phone, right? You have a work email, you have a work laptop, you have a work computer, but then you also have your emails on your phone and you have the notifications on your phone and they're on and dinging all day. Turn them off. Or set a time when you turn them off. So maybe they might be on during the work hours, but after the work hours are over, the notifications are off and you don't respond to emails after work hours. Those are 2 examples of self-love or self-care boundaries. 3rd strategy, pause before saying yes to prevent you from overcommitting. Sometimes our nervous energy, anxiety that we have about someone being upset with us, wanting to please, feeling guilty, or just the excitement because the opportunity sounds really good, right? We end up saying yes to something and then we're looking back like, why did I say yes? I can't do this. I don't have the time for this. Or I really don't even want to do this, right? So when someone asks you to do something, just pause. You can easily say, let me get back to you and I'll let you know. Or give me, to the end of the day and I will let you know what I decide to do, right? Allow yourself the time that you need to think about if this is something that you really want to do and can do and have the capacity to do. Going back to the joy, what we talked about, not doing anything that's going to cause you to steal your joy, right? Yeah. This is where that is too. So making sure you just take a pause and think about it. Give yourself the space to think about it. Now, if you like these five, we talked about joy, we talked about boundaries, we talked about releasing, we talked about worth, and we talked about confidence. Let's get into the next 5. So make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the notification button so you know when the video is released for the next 5, so you do not miss out on how to practice self-love healing during this love month. Comments below which one do you think connected with you the most, or which strategy you plan on trying. Make sure you share this video with others who also need this. Tag a friend who needs this, and I will see you at the next video.